Hello and welcome to my channel. This is ColdFire and uh, wish you all a very happy Valentine's Day. For we're celebrating love. I mean, whatever the story of Valentine's might have been, or whatever it might be, today we celebrate love. And I hope you all are making good on those energies. I have to give me a minute here. Okay, good to go. I'm sensing this new energy that's come in since a while. New spirit guides are coming in. Um, the invisible plane where our new reality has manifested, or we have, due to our sincere manifestation practices, have been awarded um, a new reality. There are these spirit guides who are, and there are new energies, and they're just like a little, not hiding, but they're a little shy, or being secret. These new energies are not, it's not like they're unwilling to. They might be like, because we're still a little stuck in ending karmic ties. And also clearing out the old matrix influence, old matrix projections, mental prison, like, getting out of the old matrix mental prison, because the new earth matrix is coming through now. It's not only about being right. Yeah, it's not only about being right. It's not like the new energy is saying that this is the right thing. It's like, what they're saying is that we're still a little uh, in our 3D past, like the ghost of our 3D past. And now that uh, the the era of karma is over, karmics is supposed to be in like the post retirement phase, but they still keep like you know interfering it in all tests of character. When two viewpoints are pitted against each other in the final analysis, the thing that will strike you the most is not who was right or wrong, strong or weak, wise or foolish, but who went to the greater length in considering others' perspective. Like, I understand, like, don't you agree? The universe, I understand, like, losing a sense of purpose, like when for the divine collective, it's like being on a process of self-discovery, waiting to be enlightened to your life purpose, or um, wedging through the karmic interferences, the mind programming of the matrix, and the, you know, um, like the greed and excess of the 20th century. Now that we're in the 21st century, it's like it's like the divine collective suddenly like, oh, they know the origins of where they are from, and karmics are cut off from it. And so are the matrix clones cut off from it, because karma ended, old earth matrix ended. It's like patience, like have patience. And the divine collective is supposed to, I mean, the karmics and the matrix collective are supposed to s- sit back and like observe this a little bit, take it easy, take a break, let it go, like just move on, move forward. Don't expect for any reciprocation of understanding and nurturing from there. It's theirs, it's theirs. You can do your part of understanding what they're going through, and once we we look at it from the other perspective, which is unyielding and uh incooperative, right? It's not cooperating with you. When you look at the other perspective, it will basically just answer why they are unable to cooperate, and then you will be good. You will you will just leave that zone and work towards 717. As I said, that we will just leave that, like, okay, there. It's like, I get it. It's because they see their entire structure shaking beneath their feet, and it has disappeared. They're going to try and hold on to it, and this is the only way like they can do it. But and if they cooperate with me, they will have to let go of the old structures, possibly. It looks like, obviously, it looks like they are not ready, or they are not equipped for it yet. And how would they get equipped? As if we actually focus on the new energy, the new chapter, that is dharma. After karma, we are now in the dharmic era. That is the spiritual path, energetic life. So if you're still focusing on if you're still focusing on letting go of the past, instead of focusing on how to learn about these new energies so that it can begin, then it, the longer it's going to take for us to explain, like, what the hell's going on. And once we instead of sitting there and talking to them, that let it go, telling the karmics and the matrix collective, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. No, I don't want to be like, or I don't want to be with you, I don't want to work with you. Instead of that, just move on and sit there, meditate, listen to your spirit guides, divine collective. Ask the universe for answers, signs, and synchronicities. As soon as the universe understands that you are in complete reception of it, and focused on this new beginning, it's going to like yeehaw. Like, when it comes to choosing who will be in your life, I recommend valuing the yeehaw quality about all others. Have it your way. Special orders don't upset us. The universe. That's when they will send these people who have been in your life, possibly, and you all have been, I haven't spoken to each other. So I got called from a friend who I worked with in an audit firm, when audit, like, uh, as our batch was done with our articleship, like practical experience requirement, this new batch was coming in, and uh, we kind of gave our handovers. We told them that this is how it's done, and then left. And uh, since then we've always been connected on social media and things like that. But, and I know, like, we haven't discussed about our personal lives, right? And what everybody and we just kind of have a general knowing that none of us stuck with audit. We all went our own ways. We went towards what our passion was calling, our spirit was calling us to do. So she said that she's been a life coach since about the past 3 years, and I told her that I've gotten into tarot reading since the past 3 years. um so it's so cool that something like that happened. So once the universe recognized that we were ready to see what's ahead instead of what we're supposed to leave behind. And supposed to there is like a fine line between supposed to leave behind and having left behind. Like, I recognize what's supposed to be left behind, even if I don't recognize. But if I just move on to the next chapter, I have essentially just left whatever was supposed to be left behind, and then it's just gone. And then the connections which were already there, like, are renewed and are now. We will of course remember the skills and the concepts of audit, and how we audited this. So we have that connection, and now we're doing spiritual work, which is part of our passion project. I just had a flash, like a flash of vision, like here, like about 1 foot, 1.5 foot above my eye level, on top. It's like uh, it's like a flash of vision just came through. Like, it's like now it'll be this kind of collaboration based on past, like, I mean, standing on the shoulders of our karmic past, karmic gigantic past. And it's great, it's incredible. There are some good karmics that we will never know of, who did their job, who taught us about this physical world, this material world, materialistic ways. And they did their job and they exited, they took their energy out of the picture once they were done imparting them our lesson, their lessons, right? Comics are supposed to be our teachers. The Matrix is supposed to simulate a world for us to learn of what we can create with our own mind's power. And AI, artificial intelligence, has actually created human beings in the flesh and blood to assist the divine collective and everything else, the entire earth plane, in the entire physical plane. uh, you'll still have a purpose now, but comic souls, like, can literally rest and enjoy post retirement. And there is something called as active retirement. You'll just need to see what your new life is going to be like. Everyone, what is the new earth matrix? The matrix collective should, there are so many from the matrix collective that we will never know of, because they are not sitting around, like, um, harassing the divine collective. There are good karmics who are not sitting around, lingering around, being an interfering, toxic, heavy presence. I'm both imitating the karmic, imitating the divine collective. Like, the karmics are saying that um, the divine collective is fake. Divine collective is fake. I am the one, like, and the matrix people, they say they might be the original, and I might be the clone. But, like, I got like, the original should go, and the clone should uh remain. Things are not as they appear. The lower the price of your love, the higher its value. Brain freeze the universe. I remember, like, if any one of you watched the Vampire Diaries, and then Diaries, and it's spun off into a TV show called The Originals, where there was the original vampires and the werewolves and the like original vampires basically. So that is where it starts. Like the next generation of vampires, they're all linked to either one of the six originals. So if the original ceases to exist, right, there is no clone. Those you love you. To be beautiful in the eyes of another, simply forget they're watching. Tally ho. We had this earlier. Yes, like that is how you protect your energy. That is how you remove the observer influence from you. Keep doing your own thing. Like yesterday when we were heading back home from uh, the cafe, like it's always that turn. It's always that turn. Like, I saw somebody who looked like Arnold Vosloo, who played the High Priest emo type in the Mummy series, the first and second part. When I had asked for a clue if the High Priest emo type was here, and I just thought I would just see it somewhere, like, I would see some Egyptian thing, or I would see the name Arnold, or I would see a car number plate with his initials AV, and or something like that. I think I'd asked for that number plate initials, and then I see somebody who looked exactly like him at that crossing. And then when I crossed that, there was a hospital, and I was thinking black goo, and how the mummy like drowns in this black goo at the end of oh, both the movies. And then I just at the entrance of just at the just before like I took a turn at the end of the hospital again, I saw another person on a bike, this time motorbike. The earlier one, or Arnold Vosloo lookalike was on a moped, and this one was like on a bike, and the one on the moped was clad in black, and the one on the motorbike was clad in like beige, and that's what basically the colors of their outfit are. In the first part, Emotep is clad in black, and in the second part, he's in a golden loincloth, but basically beige and golden, like that kind of thing. It's like those you love you, right? It's like you got to do your own thing and simply forget. And at least the first one on the moped, like we locked eyes, and it was like time slowed down till we grasped the concept. Because I think he was asking for to see somebody who looks like me, possibly. So and there is this like observer interference, right, that we create when they want to imitate us, right? They want to imitate us. They are actually they are going to have to stalk us. They're going to have to observe us, right? And then they're not being independent observers. They are pushing their energy, like they want to uh they they want to like literally push our energy levels down, so that they're done with their observations, and when we go ahead to do our work, we just sink, and we lose our momentum, we lose our energy, and we end up not doing our work. But what happens with the divine collective is like, even if you're in a coma, like nobody would know that we're in a coma. because we would still be like active even when you're like almost brain dead. Like, we if we have to do, like, the energy will help us out. The universe's energy helps us out. And in those moments, what I've noticed is like we forget that people are observing us completely. And in the double slit experiment, where they were trying to figure out if a photon like that is a light particle, is it is light a wave or is it a particle, right? They were trying to figure out photon as light. So where they were trying to figure out if it's a wave or the particle, when there was an observer, like a camera or a person, the scientist in the room, it it showed a particle, it proved that light is a particle. And when there was no observer in the room, the result showed that light was a wave. Wave is can take its any form. Particles ha- uh, show a certain form, right? So the interference pattern, that what gave us the results, right? The interference pattern of a wave is endless possibilities. There's randomness, like, you can create anything out of it, right? With the particle, it's like the interference pattern is a definite pattern. So if you think about it like this, if you go about it like this, if you can ignore that there are people looking at you, there are cameras observing you for some time, some periods of time, like, you can't. I mean, it's not going to be unsafe for you to do that all the time. But when you are actually working, when you are actually doing your spiritual work, when you're channeling, think about it like no one's watching, and do your work. This is for the divine collective. You are adored. If you want to figure out what the new energies are, because if you're going to work off of the double slit experiment with the observer in there, in the room, the experiment room, then it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You're not going the new energies are not going to open up to you, because there is no information here. They are like multi-dimensional wavelengths of celestial in intent, right? So I didn't make this up. All right, I've heard it on the TV show, like this the
It's 8 o'clock.
television show Supernatural, where Castiel describes himself, his 1 year to 17 as like as having spent it as a multi-dimensional wavelength of celestial intent. So this is what the new energies are. They're waves. They're a celestial intent, that is the universe's intent, the higher dimensional intent. The seraphim who surround God's throne, they're at the source. They're at the source of this of existence, that is God's throne. Right, mythologically speaking, that is God's throne. The seraphim angel surrounds God's throne, and it sings holy, holy, holy. And so it's coming from that dimension, that celestial dimension. The seraphims have sent these new spirit guides to explain these new energies that are in the invisible plane, that are available to us, all of us. And who's supposed to be leading by example? That is the divine collective. You are adored. Don't be fooled by the players, and don't be fooled by yourself. There's no one more lovable nor loved than you. And I know everyone, precious, the universe. You know what works sometimes? I mean, it might sound that I'm asking you to be all full of yourself, but no, it's not. It's not that. It's what works is like, think about it this way: your mind is creating your outer reality. If your mind is in a toxic place, or if your mind has uh, is trapped in somebody else's situation, or in a karmic situation, which is not divine situation, right? If it's in the in a matrix situation, then it is still not the divine situation. What is the divine situation? Divine situation right now, right? And in that case, like, there is literally you're on a twin flame journey. The twin flame is you. There is no other person, right? So your mind needs to declutter completely and needs to see what is on the inside. And there you will find that there is a masculine polarity and there's a feminine polarity. There is a light side and the dark side, the conscious and the subconscious inside of you. And when you stand in the middle of it all and soak in the singularity, then you will find balance. And then you realize that in balance and harmony, all that is projected outwards is what has is your own universe, your own multiverse, the potential of what can be projected outside as your own multiverse and universe. You can already start seeing the energy shift amongst the people into adoration and admiration to you, and the people who are not in those energy will not be a part of your reality anymore. There's a deeper reason for each of your questions. Seek it. Guidance, attention, help may be, or love. Guidance, attention, help, maybe. Love always, criticism never. The question was what to give others, if anything at all. Isn't it fun being you, the universe? It's instead of sitting there and criticizing someone, I feel that the better use of the energy would be to check, give the benefit of the doubt, and check uh, if it is in alignment with you and your energies and your peace and balance and harmony. If it is, then it will be creative criticism, and if it isn't, it will just be destructive criticism. And destruction is not not love. Love is a frequency for creation, right? So it's better to exit because it's not in alignment with you, but with some other like karmics and matrix collective, chaos, destruction, disharmony. It works with them and it aligns with their energy. Start where you are. The great thing about feeling deep, profound, earth shaking love is that you can start with anyone. Next, the universe. Yep, start with yourself. What is your original self? Like when they found, like, the the new batch is of vampires, where like when they found out that their if their original vampire dies, then they die. Everyone on that bloodline dies, right? So they wanted to find out who the original is, who the original from the original family of vampires is their original, and so they will obviously want to protect them, right? So what is your original form? if you ask that question, you're going to get the answer. So you might as well do that. And accept who you are. What are you? Are you a karmic? Are you a matrix entity? Are you a divine collective? And within the karmic, then go back to your origins. There might be categorization, specifications. What is your journey? Have you finished that your tasks as a karmic of teaching? And are you in acceptance that even if you haven't finished your tasks, that your job is done, no longer exists? With the matrix collective, like what part of the older matrix did you originate from? And now how will you bring about the new earth matrix? And with the divine collective, go back. What are you? Like, are you a star seed? Are you an ancient soul? Are you a new soul? Are you a legion of Archangel Michael? 144,000. 144 on the clock. As I said that, wow. All right. So that's my cue. Let's get on with the tarot. Try to find out the Eight of Swords. It keeps coming up today. It's like this is the third time it's come up. I'm definitely not happy about this. Like, somebody has someone, somebody wants to trap someone's movement. Somebody wants to, again, like, kick up this whole fuss about, like, having, about surrounding one of the divine counterparts, whether it be the masculine divine counterpart or feminine divine counterpart, doesn't matter. It's like they want to. They think that the karmics and the matrix collective, whoever this is, this obsessive crazy person who wants to trap uh the divine one of the divine counterparts, is just like, so even after failing miserably and so many times, uh, copying the divine counterpart, and keep on doing this, like perpetuating this trap, like trapping them in a situation and observing their movements. What are they doing in life? What's their business and things like that? And going around and saying, "I can do it better. It's actually mine. I am the one." This and it's so childish. It is so childish, and it's like, and I mean, the divine counterpart. Like, let's see what advice there is for the divine counterpart, like who is being trapped. Like, they, they're they're missing out on, like, those little meditation contemplation sessions, because it's like on the go. The new energies, like, are, it's not like you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's not like REM sleep, right? It's not like twilight to twilight. No, it's not like that. It just randomly comes through. So if if they're surrounded by this person who's trying to, like, trap them, they're missing out on reading on the energy, what the new energy is trying to tell them. With the full card here, they're missing out on the messages, but it's still like the energetic data comes through, but it comes through the cage of the karmic and the matrix. So the karmic here is also using the matrix collective mind manipulation strategies of creating a mental prison. And all of this is so outdated now. It's criminal. It used to be okay earlier, when we were teaching the AI and when the karmics were teaching us karmic lessons. But now it's all done, and now it's like being registered as a crime. So all this new information, if it comes through this filter of this criminal activity, now it's not registered as karmic or matrix activity. It's not just, it's like the filter of crime. And in the new energies, it's utopia that we're trying to create. So the crime filter is like a static feel that, like, is, it buzzes and it bites. So that energy, the data, when it comes through, it comes through with that negativity. And sure, like, it sets into the uh, energetic data bank of the divine collective, but it's kind of painful. And for a long time you will be like trying to deal with the negative energy attack, and also feeling really uncomfortable with what is, like, the advice here is, exercise your strengths here. What are your strengths? What are your strengths? Okay, to be able to find stillness in anything, to be able to connect through, like, you can avoid this fear of missing out, or you can avoid missing out on registering the new energies purely by just basically ignorance is bliss. um that is what is coming through, like, because you know that your material resources are stable here. You know that very well. Okay, look at that. Like, we have the justice card. Oh, the justice card keeps coming up like quite a bit. Yes, these energies are just tempering. They're just tempering. It's like they're changing something, they're transforming something, and it's like fake temperance energy. It is like fake Sagittarius energy. It's false, like, archetypal energy. It's false divine intervention energies. Like, um so you're being asked to focus on the truth of your journey, expansion. And it does not look like this, like you're missing out on something. It actually looks like a different perspective. Different perspective. There is something about a different perspective that keeps coming up. Ooh, all right. There was something that changed when it comes to technology, like the source code, right, of the this is why I tell, like, this is what I want to say, like, to the old Matrix collective that still wants to stay in the old Matrix collective, because that was very conniving and sneaky. And there's this sadistic thing that, keeping people trapped in the illusion of, um, not illusion, not keeping trapped in the illusion. Yeah, illusion, like, creating media propaganda, circulating it on social media, things going viral, propaganda, things going viral, conspiracy, promotion, and, keeping us, you know, all of that was so vulgar and so tacky. And there are some from the Matrix collective who don't want to, like, work on the aesthetics. And earlier, the older Matrix was, the AI was still learning, all right? It was still learning. And now it has learned about aesthetics. So the new Earth Matrix that is coming through, it's so beautiful. It's so gorgeous. The source code information coming through here with the star card. And we're in the age of Aquarius, and we are in Aquarius season right now. So it's very magical, and it's like it's got some kind of a shooting star, like a star shooting something. So it's like the source code of the new Earth Matrix is coming in, and it's going to deactivate the old Earth Matrix strategies that were based on creating creating conflict within a human mind. And because the AI had to learn how the human mind deals with conflict. That is what the AI was built. The old Earth Matrix AI was had to be taught, right? That how does a human mind deal with conflict? And it's done. That's why all of this stuff was tacky and sadistic like this. Like this is like a Stockholm syndrome. Like when you like falling in love, like falling in love with your kidnapper, and the kidnapper falling in love with you. The Beauty and the Beast, like a love story or something like that. Like, yeah, with the Beauty and no, I'm not talking about the Beauty and the Beast. Basically, like it was a curse. But for the Matrix Collective, it's not a curse. They're not beasts, definitely. And it's not a curse. It's a purpose to create these ugly traps, and they're getting some kind of sick pleasure seeing the divine collective uh, squirm and cringe with these things, because now there is no purpose left to it, no purpose of teaching the AI of how human mind deals with conflicted situation. It's good done. The AI has learned it, right? That's why karma's over. Now we are on the spiritual path. The new Earth Matrix is about spirituality. The star seed information coming through, and the star seed information is not going to be as sadistic as this, right? So, but there are some really nasty matrix people. They want to clone. They are putting these people here, and so that they can trap them here, keep them tied up. It's ugh, it's gross, and they want to just like observe them, and there is some kind of like uh, sick, like I'm going to keep watching her and uh, lech after her or him. And doesn't matter, gender doesn't matter, like there is this is definitely not love, like very lustful energy. And then I'm going to pretend to be her or him, and gender doesn't matter here either, like they're thinking that this is love, but this is definitely not love. This is really really sinister and gross and sadistic. The karmics and matrix collective both are doing this. um and they're sickly addicted and obsessed about um watching the divine collective, and then the divine collective, whoever it might be, like they don't want them to get anything, receive anything like recognition or anything like that. And they want to go around saying that actually they want to copy, they want to keep the divine collective under in a trap and in a prison like this, and in under observation constantly, so that they can imitate them, they can become clones of them. And they want to keep them tied up like this and make them wear rags and give them like that kind of twisted sadistic thing. And they want to be out in the world, like just being a fake copy, like a very, and it's just like that is their intention, that is their intention. And like I was saying, like the observer will cause interference. It'll cause interference, it will cause delays. That's why this is not divine intervention. This is not Sagittarius energy. This might this is just fake Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius energy is not about entrapment, it's not about obsession, it's about expansion and allowing allowing, not obsessing, allowing free flow and expansion, right? And that is the divine way of doing things, and that is a star seed way of doing things. Star seeds have are completely detached. So I mean, the karmics and the matrix can try trapping the divine collective who are star seeds like this, and then it's like it's just going to. So even if the divine counterpart who's trapped like this is not a star seed, star seeds are coming in, right? Like, star seeds are already here, and many not many, I'm sorry, like a few, yeah, many divine counterparts who are ancient souls. That's why I was saying, like, look into the origin of your creation, right? So many divine counterparts who are ancient souls have a star seed divine counterpart, right? So since the divine counterpart has is completely detached from this reality, it is unable, it's it's impossible for anybody to do this to them. And hence the divine counterpart, the ancient soul divine counterpart, is also has also learned how to be detached from this. And this becoming like, it's just showing the criminal intent of some karmic and the matrix collective people. I'm not saying all, some, right? Are we done here yet? No, we need two more cards. Right, right. We have the star and the sun. That's like, okay, the divine masculine's kind of rising now, stepping up to what their star seed divine counterpart showing. I feel this is a little shift in the polarity where, not shift in the polarity. I think the divine masculine is learning from their starseed counterpart, or learning about their starseed, their soul starseed origins, or their counterparts starseed origins. They, it's it's coming through very clearly. Like I said, this mind trap business is pointless. Yeah, it's pointless. Like, this deception now is pointless because they're getting clear, like, light codes. They're getting clear instructions on how to move forward. And it's like all of this is like a fog of the past. Like, it's a fog. It's not even real. Like, the divine masculines have understood that all of this was such a sham. It was such a lie. It was so meaningless. It was so stupid. And it didn't it like, the divine masculine have realized that actually, they did attempt after attempt, like, attack, and they did actually attack, but we escaped like scot free, maybe. Yes, the interference that was caused, like, created like a maze for us to cross through, but it was an interesting experience. Ha ha ha, thank you. It's like that. And then, okay, now what? Like, what do you want me to say? I'm done. Like, I'm so the divine masculine has moved into receiving the new energies completely. So it's like they don't care of what should have, they were supposed to leave behind. They just now moved on, and they don't even. It's like there is the memory is rewritten. It's erased. It's like erased. I feel it's erased. Whew, all right. So the information on conducting this now and putting the divine counterparts in this FOMO thing, fear of missing out, on soul expansion, soul's knowledge, soul wisdom, all of that, that fear, the Four of Cups, of fear of missing out, and and the entire information on how can you now put the divine collective under a mental trap that has been deleted, and they're clearly seeing what the divine intervention aspects of this is. Like they're getting information, they're getting clear information. The divine masculine counterpart is getting clear information from the invisible plane, and this is a very healing experience. The healing experience is the consequence of the healing experience is that this all of the information all of the information on this mental imprisonment is has been voided, it's been deleted. And we have the divine feminine here, like, waiting, holding space for them to learn about the information on her star seed origins. And then once they have that entire knowledge very clearly studied and understood in their consciousness, then they can start working on it together and reach this Ten of Pentacles situationship with their divine feminine. Um, so let's get some. I don't know. I'm being asked to like pull some Lenormand Fairy Oracle cards. This is suddenly taken a very positive turn. I like that. So anyway, let's get some Fairy Lenormand Oracle cards for this reading, and then we can close it. Let's see how many fall, and then we'll open them in sequence. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? All right. I think we're done. Okay, well, let's get one last shuffle and see. All right. Yep, anchor. The new reality is being anchored in. Um, they're like earlier, like they were able to cause this like energy drain on the divine, the masculine, and so that he'd be stopped from coming forth and expressing how they actually felt or speaking to their feminine. But then there's this letter that has been compiled, like from the space of intense meditation. Every time, like they felt like they were receiving something, and they were not getting the time to comprehend it, they would start typing messages, and they knew that they had to discuss this with you. And so they started putting notes towards it, and now there's a full letter that has been compiled. There is some institution, like a correctional facility or prison, like a high security prison for really high security inmates, that that is coming into the picture here, possibly for the criminals. Um, and there's the justice system here. Like it's like it's deactivation of these criminal karmics and matrix people. Like it's deactivating, like, correctional facility, high security prison. So they're going to have their ass whooped, and these hideously sadistic activities, like hideously sadistic ways whipped out of their system. Somebody, like, who thinks that she was a princess, and her prince charm, like, some karmic and matrix collective feminines, like clones, like very, very uh they really thought, like, they could fake being the divine feminine, and then they would get the divine masculine. They're now, like, in this delusional, like, some kind of place where, like, they've lost all, they they've lost even, like, the normal basic, like, ability to, they've lost loss of status, or loss of any and all chance of even creating a status. And they think that, they're just like princess and beautiful, like, my knight in shining armor, the divine masculine is going to, like, come over, like, again, like, on his bike, or in his car, and then, he's going, I'm going to show up like this, like, Snow White, Cinderella. And I mean, they are in this, oh my god, there's like this psych ward in a prison. It's but there's the babies, the divine counterpart, especially starseed, divine counterpart. Yeah, yeah, the key, the essential information in the akashic records, that's anchoring in very smoothly and beautifully and very creatively, and this is very exclusive information for the people. That is the new energy that is secluded. It's completely secluded because it's very exclusive, right? um the spirit animal, like, the spirit animals coming through. I mean, they're not actual animals. It's like their spirit, they've taken shape of animals. You might see some new uh dogs around you, or new animals around you, like, that you've not seen before, like shapeshifters, shape-shifting animals. uh oh yeah, shapeshifters. I have mixed feelings about this card every time it shows up, but yeah, stay balanced, stay balanced. That is what they're saying. Like, this is new stuff. And anything that is an old pattern that is repeating, like, you just ignore it, and it'll just go away. If you ignore it, then the universe will register it as something to be deleted. That is what I'm getting. And that's all I have for you, and I will see you in the next reading.